Donna Smith, aka Lady Day. What's happening on a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful afternoon? Thought I'd stop on by, say hi, and just touch bases with you guys this week. Wow, it's a wonderful day. I kind of got the sun shielded so that I'm really hoping that I don't overheat like usually I do when I'm in the car and it's a nice day like this. But it's my break time and got some allergies acting up, so bear with me. But I wanted to talk to you guys today about how long should you wait. And I'm not talking in terms of how long should you wait before physically clapping. I'm talking about how long you should wait when you come out of one thing and go into another, as far as relationships or just situationships or kicking it shifts or whatever you want to call it. um because you could be with somebody, be with them for a minute, and you have created this soul tie. You did this connection with each other for a period of time. And then something happens where you have to pull away from each other. Sometimes it's a temporary pull away, sometimes it's permanent. And usually, when one realizes, especially the one that pulled away, when they realize that they kind of reacted or acted prematurely, that they should have thought about things before doing something so drastically as, calling it quits, they're usually the ones that should be the bigger person and want to reach out and talk about it and kind of keep things going. However, if it is a person who already had disconnected with the situation and wanted out, they pretty much wanted out for a while, and then they found a way to get out, whether it's some kind of excuse, or picking a fight, or pointing a finger, or whatever it was. They found a way to get out of the situation, and they did. And usually, when that happens, that's usually someone who it had been festering and bothering them for a while to want to do that. And finally, they found a reason or an excuse or opportunity to do it. But how long is it too long to wait before dating again? Some people say, well, you need time to woosah. You need time to sit back, identify what your issues may have been to contribute to that break off, or um, just kind of take you a hiatus, because what you don't want to do is emotionally bring the baggage from your last thing into your new thing. And you want to make sure that you have emotionally disconnected from that person. Now, that's more on the level of getting involved on a deeper level of relationship. But dating nowadays, what they call dating, excuse me, you guys, I got some allergies going on and it got me like, I want to sneeze, but I can't sneeze. So excuse me if I'm doing some weird stuff, but that's what's happening right now. I got the tickle, but then it ain't coming. Um, so they have this situation where it's okay to date. Okay, it's okay to go out on some dates and kind of get to know some different people, different personalities, see if there's any room for connection, or you enjoying each other's company and things of that nature. Because nowadays they call dating which they used to call dating. You were involved with someone, but now you don't have to be involved. You're just going out on a date with someone, or some people have quite a few dates in a week or 2 weeks. They have quite a few dates, and when they were asked out, they just don't turn them down. If it's something that they see a potential, interest in, they go head on and go on a date. But how long should you actually wait? How long should you wait before going out on a date? How long should you actually wait before getting caught up into somebody? Meaning, because sometimes people will go head on and do the clap because physically they need that bonding with someone and that emotional connection to help them heal. I remember this saying, one way to get over somebody is to get under somebody else. I don't know how true that is, but I think that kind of mindset and concept just kind of, what it does is it causes you to now emotionally get someone else involved in your stuff, and you don't, or are not fairly giving that other person all of you in fairness, meaning all of you, to get to know all of you, because you still have reserve for someone else, or you're still healing from something else. So you may go in and out of your mood swings, you may go in and out of your emotional, you know, uh, attachment that you're feeling towards that person. One day you're happy, one day you're sad, one day you're distant, one day you want to be close, and you have this other person totally confused and taking it personal. And some will come out in a minute and say, well, don't take it personal, it's me. Don't take it personal, it's something I'm going through. They don't really communicate what it is they're going through. So therefore, the new connection is thinking that, oh, it must be me. It must be something. Maybe they not digging me like I thought, or maybe I'm irritating them, or maybe whatever. Maybe they liked certain things about me, but now they can't stand it. I mean, you just go into, you guys, I got a situation. Glasses won't stay on right, hair sticking out, I tell you. But we gonna keep talking. So you got this thing that you're dealing with, and you're trying to disconnect from, but then you want to fall into the lap of someone else. I don't know. I can't say that there is a specific time frame. I think realistically, in my opinion, I think giving yourself at least a good 90 days to sometimes 6 months, to make sure that you're totally over that other person. Now, I don't see anything with going out on a date here and there. However, sometimes you can go out on dates and that person can be so cool and so, like, your vibe is so cool that here you go again, caught up into something that you're liking because it's making you feel good. And I ain't talking about the clapping, I'm talking about that emotional feel good, that man, we could talk, man, we can vibe, we have a good time going out doing things with each other, we make each other laugh, we can be ourselves, we can let our hair down, we can do whatever, and you feel good about it. That starts to feel good to you. So then you find yourself caught up into something that's lightweight, because even though it may not be exclusive, you're at a point where you don't want to give that up because it makes you feel good. So you want to hold on to it and see what it manifests into, but you still got to get over the emotions of the person you just disconnected. Now, There's those situations, and it's not good, but those situations where you went out on a date or two with somebody. You love the things that they're doing and how they make you feel. However, you still not getting that feeling that you have for the other person. And perhaps you even have clapped with this new individual and it wasn't as satisfying as the person that you used to be with. So some will tip back. Emotionally, they're still caught up. They'll tip back and get with that ex, thinking that there will be hopes of them coming together like this again, but usually it's not, because you haven't even tried to work on or fix the issues that brought you apart. So you get together for those things that you miss. Perhaps it's the physical bonding. Perhaps it's, they used to just make you laugh and you felt good about going places with them, but this new person you're not too comfortable with yet. So you don't want to do a lot of the things yet with them. And you fall back and you're going back and forth, back and forth. That's not good. That's when you haven't allowed yourself to emotionally disconnect. That's why you should give yourself that time. If you're still thinking about that person, if you're still longing for that person, if you're still attracted to that person, if your heart is still aching heavily for that person, then you don't really have much to give someone new. And it's not fair to them for you to be trying to throw the bait and line out there to them, knowing that you're not going to fairly give them what they deserve. And then you find yourself caught up in that whirlwind. It's the same situation where when a person is stringing you on. I talked about being strong in another video where um, someone's stringing you on into thinking one thing and it's not their focus, or it's not going to be. And so you waste this time with them, and sometimes you don't even know you're being strung along. So to be fair, the best thing is to communicate with a person that, hey, I just got out of something and I'm still kind of feeling that person, but I really feel in my heart that it's done. And so, I like you and I like to see where this goes, but I need you to be patient. I need a little time to emotionally disconnect from this other thing. And I think if you're upfront and you're honest about it, then you give that person the opportunity to choose. Do they want to wait around until you come to your senses about, it's time to move on? Or, and I don't mean to say come to your senses like you're cuckoo, but meaning when you can get back on a straight balance, because when you are emotionally torn, hurt, and dealing with things after the fact, it does cause you to be off balance. It causes you not to be solid. So you cannot be solid with who you're, the new focus. Yeah, you can go out and date. You can go out on a date, a little scenic something, a little drink, a little dinner, a little something, but you still are going to have this wall. So if you see that is going into an area where, oh man, they make me feel good, I'm going to keep going out on these dates and dates and dates, and then you start feeling this person, it, it, I mean, that can be disastrous when you have still not given yourself time to get over somebody else. And then, it could be, what do they call that? Where you kind of like piggybacking off of what you just came out of, to have another space saver, to have somebody there, but you still haven't gotten this other person rebound. That's what it is. You could be rebounding in this new direction, and then soon as the gates open back up, in a way that's going to be appeasing to you, you're going to want to come down from that rebound and go back to home base, or whatever you call home base, but you're going to want to go back to that. And that's not fair. That's not fair. So how long should you wait, in your opinion? Is there a time frame? Should it be specific to an individual and their own individual needs? Because every situation is different. It's just not a, 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 a common umbrella and way, and everybody's under it and follow suit in the same way. No, everybody's situation is different. So what may work for that person as far as waiting a year, because some wait 3, 6 months, 9 months, or a year or longer before they feel comfortable allowing themselves to get into another person. And I think too that has a lot to do with what type of breakup it was, how much time you actually put into that and energy. Um, Sometimes it's a lot quicker to get over something that was just for a few months opposed to a few years, because you build up a dependence on that person in a lot of ways. Even the little common, you ever have somebody that you're so used to saying, good morning, have a good day, how are you? How was your day? You get used to those little things, and then all of a sudden, you're not doing that no more with that person. And out of habit, you think about them during those times of day because that's when you used to reach out. It's like, oh man, I was getting ready to holler at, oh man, I can't do that. We not vibing like that no more. And a lot of little things just take time to get disconnected with. So, it may take John or Julie, um, excuse me, it may take John or Julie 3 months, and it may take Hector and Henrietta 6 months or 9 months. And that's okay. That's okay. The most important thing, whatever the time frame is that's specific to you, and you may not even know in the beginning how long it's going to take. You have to just feel a certain emotional freeness of disconnect from the other person. How can you sit up and tell a person, hey, I'm vibing, I'm digging you, I want to see what this do, but I'm going to need at least 6 months to get my head straight because I just came out of something. You may only need 6 days. It just depends on the individual person. So you can't specifically give a time frame. You just have to hope that the person of interest is willing to be patient enough to see how long it's going to take for you to get back right. Now, I'm not saying sit up and wait forever, because it shouldn't take no 2, 3, 4 years for a person to get over that person that they used to be with to the point where they can move on. Because if that's the case, they may need to go see somebody or go try to get back with them because something is wrong. It shouldn't take that long. Now, once a person has pierced your heart, there's always going to be a place in your heart usually for them, no matter how small or how big that may be. There's going to be, guys, because it's saying I'm overheating. Hey, I'm going to get back with you guys. I'm overheating. This is to be continued. I don't want it to just click off. All right. See ya.